Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, welcome. This is Masterpiece Theater. We are doing things a little bit different to try and save a little time because we are taking a look at Masterpiece 44, Optimus Prime. We are starting off with the cab to get into the transformation to try and help some people out who might be having a little bit of an issue. Right off the bat, what can you do in the cab mode? The doors do open. You can put one of the Micro-Men style figures, Diaclone style figures in the front seat. There is also weapon storage for his ion blaster. There is a little groove and tab right there that it slides on. I would not do that because I did, and it got stuck, and I was afraid it was going to break off. So, but there is storage in robot mode, which we will get to. So, to start things off, fold in the side view mirrors. That's the easiest step. Now, go ahead, open the panels, and fold them out to that point. We'll do this on each side. Now, to focus on this side, go ahead, fold this out like so. Bring this panel over, fold it up on the double hinge, fold it in just like so. Come around to the side here. You will first fold the red section up like that and fold that blue section up underneath, and then fold it all flush on a double hinge to that back section so it is square. Doing it again on this side. Out, over, up, in, up, down, and then fold it flush. I will tell you, first couple transformations, some of those joints might be a little bit stiff from paint. It does open up over time. Next, grabbing it from up here, going to fan the panels open more, just like so. Now, we're going to deviate from the instructions a little. I'm going to show you two things. First, go ahead. There is a little blue tab right there that you want to get your finger in, rotate around, and up. Secondly, what you want to do, and trust me, make your life easier. You know what? Not yet. Sorry, I was getting a little ahead of myself. Oh, actually, I think it's... No, not yet. We're going to fold that panel up, do it again on this side, and you'll notice that there are a lot of small tabs and panels that you do have to get your fingers into, but the figure does give you enough room. Next, what you want to do is rotate everything around, and you're going to want, your instincts will tell you to peg that in. Don't do that yet. What you want to do is open that up to fold down. First fold up that blue tab, and then fold that panel out, and then peg that in. With that side panel up, you want to rotate and rotate it around so this silver piece is facing down like that. I'll do it again on this side. So rotate everything around, and that you'll basically will end up with these sections wanting to come together. Flip up that hinge, rotate the silver piece so that the slanted part is facing towards the back of the truck, fold it down. Don't peg that in just yet, because it will make it easier to fold that panel down and then close it up. They won't stay pegged tightly, but it's good enough. And the instructions show you to fold that panel after you peg it in, but leaving it open does make it easier. Now, separate the legs. They peg together by the hitch and up here in the crotch. And you do want to make sure that you do peg it there and get it in. Here, let me bring the legs down to that slot joint there. Keeping the legs straight. Go ahead and telescope it out. Now what you're going to do is flip the hitch around like that. Fold that section up. Actually, before you fold that section up, make it easier for you to see. Fold this panel. It's on double hinges, up in, and that will peg into place. And actually, probably before you do that, yeah. There's a panel here that you gotta... Of course, my hands are slippery. There we go. You want a little edge of a panel there. You want to make sure that's folded out. Then peg this. There's a tab. This will peg in. It will hold it okay. Fold this panel up. Then go ahead. From this point, you're not going to close the legs yet. This back section here that this side panel is hooked into will accordion up just like so. And you'll know you'll have it when everything is closed off on that other side. Don't be bashful. Get it in there. There you go. Now, close up. You can close up the legs. Make sure everything is properly extended. Peg everything in. Close it up. Just like that. There's a tab and slot right there. This tab and slot right here on the front that will close it up. And now this one piece right here will fold over and close the tires. What I recommend doing is squeezing the leg and making sure that it goes, there's a little tab on it right there that has to go into that slot. So you basically have one leg done. What you want to do now is fold the foot down, fold that panel up, bring this back section up, fold it in, continue to fold it up. One leg is done. The instructions show you doing both legs at the same time. It might be easier just to do one at a time. I've already gone ahead, folded that trailer hitch in, folding that piece up, coming around, coming in the front here, folding out that little panel, and you will hear me say that a lot, especially with the legs. Secure that section there, switching my hand around, fold this panel up, accordion that back section into place, making sure it's completely closed, and then bring it all together, closing it up, just like so. Again, squeeze, make sure that little tab closes it over, fold the foot down, fold that small panel up, bring up this back section, swing it inward, fold it back, and ladies and gentlemen, you have the legs already done. And you can see right away where that engineering went because the wheels have disappeared. A lot of that detailing is gone, but it was covered up by small panels. I mean, it's half the cab, the side of the cab, the wheels, that whole side section. It's tricky at first, but over time, it does get easier. Now, we're going to move on to the cab. First step, come in with your thumb, flip up that panel. Next, what you're going to do is detach this whole, come in, open the windshield, Actually, no, you don't have to open the windshields yet. I'm sorry. Fold this whole section up as far as it's going to go. Fold those silver pieces up. Fold these side pieces up. And then here, I'll bring it down just to show you. Fold these side red tabs up. They're on double hinges, and they will peg into the side. If there's one thing I'm going to complain about is I don't think there's enough tabs. I know that's going to sound weird, but it's not. And then finally, bring over that whole front section and close it up like this. Now, come in. Come up with your thumb. Going to lift up these top panels right there. Bring it. You're going to slide them back as far as they'll go. Just a little bit of clearance, but you need that to open the windows, just like so. Come in the back, bring that panel down, flip that panel down, and now it's time to take out the arms. So what you're going to do, bring these all the way out to the side, and then pull them out further on these hinges like so. Give yourself plenty of room. It does make a difference. I actually missed that the first time. Bring them out so they're flush. And now this is where people start to say things get a little crazy. And I'll admit it looks crazy, but there's a point for everything, a place for everything. You just have to follow the order. Now, speaking of the order, this is the hardest part of the transformation. These front wheels peg into that black section, which is the matrix holder. And you have to basically lift and pull to wiggle jiggle these out of the way. And they are on a shared hinge. Might make it a little easier. There is no... There you go. There's one. Usually once you get one, it's easy to get the other. Just like so. Fold the wheels in. Oh, no. Before you fold the wheels in, they're on a little track. And if they haven't already, slide them back like so, and then fold them in on themselves. And I think at this point, you can take these little gray sections, rotate them, and peg them in. Bring this up. Don't peg anything into place yet. We're just about there, mind you. Unhook that little blue tab. Fold everything out. Fold that down. And now we're getting into the good stuff, because now you're going to bring that forward, have that whole hinge section. It's time to bring out the head. Rotate the back section, the shoulder section, all the way around until his head is up, just like so. There are these red panels right there. Bring them up so they're flush with his, I guess, his upper torso. Bring that red panel down. And one thing I almost forgot, this is actually kind of tricky. You do have to make sure everything is pushed in, and you'll do that by that clip will fit in. Oh, that clip is how these fins to be Starscream connect on. There, I showed you. Make sure, and then that's that. You can keep that up like so. Now, bring up. Continue to, oh. Now, what you can do is get these arms a little bit out of the way. And continue, unless I screwed something up, folding. Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. Oh, keep that open. Bring the arms, position them back a little, just so you can get those no, wait, you know what? I think I almost forgot. Rotate the windows around just like this. That does give you a little more clearance to bring up those wheel sections, just like that. Just like, okay. So basically what I did is, in case you missed that, double hinge here, I swung the wheel sections up. You can't do that until you rotate these windows around. Different views and aspects. So now you can go ahead and bring this whole section up. Oh, good. Into place. Did I screw something up here? Nope. Oh, there we go. Yep, I had that. Didn't have that blue tab folded. So, like I said, that is the matrix holder. Oh god, I think my hands are a little too. Does open up like that? That's where the matrix would go. So close it up. Get it back in there. Oh god. Did I not? There. Okay. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I got everything like that. There we go. So go ahead now, close the windows. You can come around the back here. And now this is what I kind of like. You don't have to rotate the hips. Bring the legs forward like that. Fold out these panels here. Fold up this panel. It will fold it up, down, just like that. Bring down the butt flaps. Now to secure the torso, it will just flip downward. Just like that. And then Takara gave you a good little hint. 3 fingers. Make sure it's down and will snap into place. Just like so. Come around the back here. Make sure that panel's up. And then finish the backpack. And this is the only part that I actually need to use a spudger to get done. So we basically have Optimus in its robot mode. Let me pause and adjust the camera. Okay. Believe it or not, we're just about done. Now comes the part with the arms. So, coming in on this side, flip this panel down, grab this panel underneath. It is a double hinge. So you want to just flip it all the way around, just like so. Make sure that the fist comes around with it. Just like that. Close up, rotate the hand around if you so desire. Close up that panel there. Straighten the arm out. Pull it out. Flip up that panel. Come around the back. Move the smokestack to the down position. That will actually lock the arm in place. Rotate it forward. And then basically slide everything back in. For those of you who are right-handed, we'll do the same thing. Bring that panel down. Bring the hand up and around. Just like that. Rotate the hand around. Close up the panel there. Straighten the arm out. Pull it out. Flip up that panel. Bring the smokestack down. Rotate the shoulder in. Rotate the arm forward. And look at us now. You just transformed Masterpiece 44 Optimus Prime. Let's recover for a moment, and we'll see what this figure can do. Okay, so I hope that helped clear some things up. Yes, the transformation is involved. Yes, because of the small panels and stuff, your fingers will hurt. But I do think it is worth it, because I feel this is the best looking Optimus Prime. Now, before we get more into robot mode, there is something I just want to discuss. I'm going to turn the figure sideways here, and I want you to draw a line imaginary where the head is. Masterpiece 10 carried a lot of the mass in the chest. Masterpiece 44 chooses to have it in the backpack. It's the same amount of mass. The torso is the same width. So people want to complain about the backpack, which, in my opinion, really isn't that bad, I don't think. While we're back here, I should mention, this is where the sound effects are. There's a switch right here. The figure takes 3 cell batteries, I think small LL44s, not included. I did not put any in. And then there's the little button here. Spoilers for those of you who haven't seen the Japanese reviews, but they did include Peter Cullen's voice in the last cycle. Now, let's talk articulation. The arms can go out to the side. Got to really play with the joint. And you do have some deep, deep elbow bends. The hands are articulated. Thumbs can open. Finger is separate from everybody else. You have the 3 fingers connected. Watch the waist piece there. Boom. You're going to see how it just folds in like that? And then you got a deep knee bend that pops right back out. So, and then of course the feet, ratchets, little wiggle jiggle right there. Now, some people have been asking about the hip joints. This is how I use the waist. Right now it looks very limited. Well, he does have an ab crunch. Grab it by the torso, bend it forward, and he can bend forward on that joint. Then what I do is turn and bring the figure back upright, like that. And then you can return it back to a neutral position, like so, if you so desire. I did mention storage for the Ion Blaster, which, by the way, folds up like that. You fold it out, fold the handle down, you can hold it. Keep the handle folded up, come around on the backpack here, right there. It just folds in, just like so. Does hold. You can also use the hitch from vehicle mode, but as for reasons stated earlier, I choose not to. You can hold it in either hand, fold the handle down, bring the thumb down. It'll just peg right in. Of course, now I'm probably going to have a hard time. Oh no, it went in. Close the hand up. And there you go. Optimus Prime. And you know what? You want to have some fun? 2 blast effects are included. I'm shooting off camera. I'm having a good time. There you go. Now, we're going to... One more trick you can do with the hands. Keep that closed. You want to pull off the fist here, just like that. And you get his Energon axe. It's bright. It's orange. If I can clip it in without embarrassing myself. There we go. And he can go choppy choppy on Megatron. Okay. So you got that. Put the hand back in. By the way, when you remove the hand, make sure you remove it from that joint on the wrist. So now we get into the controversial part of the review. He does have interchangeable heads. Now the heads come off very easily. Just pull forward here, and oh god, it was easy to come off. There you go. You're not pulling the whole head off, you're just taking off like the front. And as you can see, the antennas are a little bent. And unfortunately, it's like that on his rounded face, which I don't know if you can transform it with this. I don't want to take the chance of breaking it. And of course, his battle damage head, where the antennae are supposed to be bent. I should also mention he does have some damaged torso piece that you can just pull that panel out and replace it with. I really don't want to fool around with that. He also comes with a Starscream head that, as I mentioned, with the little pylons there, can be slipped in. But like I said, I strongly recommend doing it while you're transforming, just to, since you're going to have to open it up all the way anyway. So let me go ahead, put the heads back on. And yeah, there is one more accessory. Well, I should also show the matrix of leadership. As we've seen in the past, there's the closed side and the open side. But there's also a jetpack, which we'll get to a little bit later on, because there is actually something the instructions don't show. Now, for all the craziness that is the cab and getting Optimus in robot mode, wait till you see what Roller, the blaster deck, and the trailer can do. Before we get to Roller and the battle and the laser turret, I do want to just show that you do get a Diaclone pilot versions of Spike, Sparkplug, and Carly. I'm not really going to use them much, but like the Diaclone figures that are out now, there's magnets on their feet, and you can attach them to certain points in the trailer. Now, speaking of the trailer, let's take a look at Roller. Roller is probably almost as beloved as Optimus Prime because he was a little companion drone that was part of the trailer and a component of Optimus Prime. You can sit the Spike, Sparkplug, and Carly in here, or really any Diaclone figure, I guess. 2 in the front, facing forward. 2 in the back, facing the rear. The hood can open, so you can see the engine. But the most important part is this little back section that rotates around, because this is where the magic happens. Fold up Optimus Prime's handle for the ion blaster, and oh wait, do you fold it up? Yeah. And right here in the middle, it will. Oh no, you use the little handle there. Oops. You slide it right in, just like so. And guess what else? You have these. Remember the little gas pump and the repair tool? These can peg in like so on the side. And then for whatever reason, if you want to, oh god, rotate this around and then turn this one upside down, peg it in right there, and it'll fit just like that Why? I don't know. There's a lot of play features with Roller and the trailer and stuff that I think are really just included to round out the cost. One quick thing, let me just bring in the blast deck here. Two things. You can fold out this connector piece and slide that in, and that can tow it. And then you can flip that forward to lay on top for whatever reason. But really, if you're going to use it, pull this section out. This does slide off somehow. I'm trying to figure out how... Oh, God. I did it before. Oh. Wow. You saw that, right? That was a little bit tighter than it should have been. But you pull that out, flip the guns forward, and I gotta say, this is kind of cool. Oh, and cockpit, yeah, the figures can fit in. Fold out that little connector piece right there. Let's bring up the radar dish. And Roller is like a rolling sentry bot of doom. So that's about it for Roller. He can also tow the trailer. I'm not going to show that. Let me fold this back up. This coming apart is actually a big component to something later on. Let me fold that up. Slide this back on. There are grooves. It should be fairly easy to do. Oh, God. Oh, maybe if I didn't have it backwards. Like so. And bring it down. So this, if you remember, was that part of the trailer that was usually fixed in place. It's not anymore. It rolls. It extends. It extends a lot. There's a locking mechanism for this top part. Up, it will hold it in place unless you force it down. Down, it folds down. Here's the claw, we all know and love. We all know how that works. And let me just say, a lot of different options here, folding it around, different little made-up positions that Takara has done. One last thing I want to show you, and this is when you connect it with the trailer. Fold these down. That's its stationary mode. And there is one other thing, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So we've gone through really just Roller and that control tower special anti-aircraft gun that they call it. I mean, a lot of different things you can do. Explore on your own with it. So finish this off. Let's take a look at the trailer. Okay, there's the trailer. Closed. This is going to be kind of tricky to handle, get work around my lights. I do apologize if things have been a little disheveled. I'm just, I will explain at the end. So there are little stands there that will hold up while Optimus Prime or Roller is not attached. Another thing, which I saw in the promo pics, but I really didn't understand, this section slides out, and this can hold all the extra accessories. The blast effects, the axe, the alternate heads, the battle damage piece, and that's about it. So, yeah, that's actually kind of interesting that they didn't think to include that, and it does slide back in, just like so. While we're here, let's come around the back, open it up, pull out the ramp right there. That's if you want to load cars in. One thing I would recommend at this point is coming around, flipping up these spokes, and then folding out these ones, which, like Masterpiece 10, do have a little bit of an automorph, as they will extend the mats down. And I'm going to try opening this up now. Let's see if it fits on camera. There we go. Oh, pays to do this in advance and make sure everything's in place. So yeah, as you can see, this is barely fitting in my review space. Now, to connect the laser turret to the section there, I think you gotta... yeah. There are 2 die-cast tabs you want to fold down. Push it down. Let's see if I can get it lined up. And then slide it forward on a mini track. And that will lock it in place. These little gray sections right here, magnetized. Figures will stand. Basically, everything you've ever been able to do with the trailer, you can do here. You can turn it into the medical bay platform. Fold these up, and you know what? I'll show you that real quick because there is something cool to it. Excuse me while I adjust the camera, because one thing they've added in is these little seats can fold forward, and they are magnetized platforms. So if Optimus Prime is there, you can have Sparkplug and Spike up top working on them. That is a nice modern touch. And again, if you have the new Diaclone figures, they should work. One other thing I want to show you is something that they've added in. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why they do this. Let me position the camera back down. These little tabs fold in. So if you want this facing forward in truck mode, it can do that. As well as you have the panels on the side, which fold in, and you can have the over-the-top artillery mode, which was basically carried over from Diaclone. And I do believe, yeah, this, well, this should close. Oh, let me rope this around. Did I screw something up here? I think to close it, you gotta... Oh, I didn't think I had it snapped in, but that comes up. Make sure that I... Oh god, I hit the camera. I'm sorry. I think you gotta bring this down and around. No, wait, actually that should fit. It closes. Gotta fiddle with it a little. Probably bring this down and, oh yeah, down and underneath to give it the clearance it needs to, you know, close up. I'm just doing this real fast just to show you. Oh god, or if did I forget something else? No, there we go. Well, you know what? Oh god, what do I have? Something there. Is that good? Yeah, tell me that's, oh, you know. Okay, it should close. I don't know what my problem is. Well, I know what my problem is, but like I said, it's the trailer. We've seen it a million times. Now, before we get to my final thoughts, there is one last little thing I do want to show you that is not included in the instructions. Okay, so I did mention the jetpack. Here it is right here. It clips on very nicely. Just hooks on over like that, and you just clip it on. But as you can see, I have the base for the laser turret, and I went ahead and removed it. The reason being is there is one more feature that is not mentioned in the directions, and that is how to get the turret, that the turret can be used as a stand. It comes with a stand adapter for the Beast War stands, but it doesn't show you how to do it. So basically what you want the stand with the mast to the back, and there's this little lip piece. You want that folded down. There are two grooves right there that slide into the blue section here of Optimus Prime. And locking, make sure to have the joint locked and activated. And as you can see, it will hold him. I just wanted to show that real quick. I'm not going to pose him around on it. It does work. It does support his weight. If you go to Instagram, I did actually try pulling off the pose from the box. But it is a nice feature. I just don't understand why it wasn't shown. So we'll pause, and we'll come back with my final thoughts. Okay, so here's a little action pose for you. It really is, Masterpiece 44 really is a great figure. I hope I showed you enough that you can make a decision whether you want it or not. And that's basically all I'm going to say about that. This video is being done for a very special reason. And that reason is a gentleman by the name of Chris Hyatte. Some of you who are wrestling fans and have been wrestling fans for a while will remember Chris from writing for 411, which is now 411 Mania, Inside Pulse, and Scoop This. He wrote review columns for Monday Night Raw and Monday Nitro called The Mop-Ups, as well as a wrestling prose piece called And Another Thing. He was a brilliant writer. He also laid the template for comic book, toy reviews by spearheading the comic section on 411 Mania, or 411 Info, I think it was called back in the day, where I got my start doing text reviews and co-writing a column called The Cybertronian Inquirer. This was before there was YouTube. This was before there were comic sites that were dedicated to scholarly type reviews. He pioneered it. He did it. He never made a dime off of it. I'll leave it at that. Chris has always been a very proud and independent man. Unfortunately, Chris is not doing well. Chris Hyatte will live forever. Christopher Grodeau, not so much. He is immortal, and he's suffering. I will include a link to the GoFundMe in the description below. Long story short, he is in renal failure and congestive heart failure. Any money made off of this video review will be donated to the GoFundMe. If you would like to donate, as I just said, there will be a link in the description. If you can't afford, watch this video. Share this video. Share it with people who don't like Transformers. All you have to do is just watch the video. I don't care if you pay attention. Any money raised will be donated to him. My most watched video is a dingy little Optimus Prime toy that I made over $200 on, where he pretends to be He-Man from the Age of Extinction line. This is the best interpretation of G1 Optimus. It blows any other version of G1 Optimus at this masterpiece scale out of the water. It's not out of the realm of possibility for this to do 200,000 views, even though I know that's pretty much a pipe dream. Please, if you've ever enjoyed my videos, if you enjoy criticizing my videos, a debt is owed to Chris, and this is how we're going to pay it back. This is your old pal Chuck. Thank you for watching, Take care.